Do you ever get that eerie feeling like something just isn't right? Like an unseen force is weighing you down? Maybe it's a heavy tension in the air, or a run of unexplained bad luck that leaves you drained and uneasy. We're quick to brush it off as stress or coincidence, but what if I told you there's something deeper at play? And what if the solution to protecting yourself from these unseen forces was sitting in your kitchen cupboard all along? In today's video, we're going to explore how salt, a humble ingredient with ancient spiritual significance, can be used to shield yourself from negative energy and evil spirits. This simple practice, rooted in Buddhist teachings, could change the way you protect your energy and create peace in your life. Salt, though often overlooked, has been cherished for centuries for its powerful symbolic and practical uses. In many cultures, it has been seen as a purifying agent, not just for the body, but for the spirit as well. Within Buddhism, salt holds an important place in both rituals and daily life. It is used to cleanse spaces, to purify the energy around us, and to protect against harmful influences, including what we might call evil spirits. But let's be clear, when we speak of evil spirits in Buddhist terms, we aren't talking about supernatural demons in the Hollywood sense. Instead, we're referring to the more subtle, often invisible forces that affect our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. These can be negative thoughts, toxic energies from others, or even environmental imbalances that disturb our inner peace. Salt, with its purifying nature, helps to dissolve these energies, allowing us to maintain clarity and spiritual protection. Historically, monks would sprinkle salt around the entrances of temples and monasteries, creating a protective boundary to keep unwanted influences at bay. This wasn't just about the physical act of scattering salt. It was a deeply spiritual gesture, recognizing salt as a conduit of pure elemental power. In Buddhism, the concept of spiritual purity is central to many practices. Just as meditation purifies the mind, salt purifies the physical and energetic spaces we inhabit. In ancient texts, salt is often associated with earth and water, two elements deeply connected to life and sustenance. In a symbolic sense, salt represents purity, grounding, and the ability to protect one's sacred energy. Buddhist practitioners believe that maintaining a clean and balanced environment is critical to spiritual practice. This includes not only physical cleanliness, but also the energetic cleanliness of a space. Salt's role is to absorb and neutralize negative forces, preventing them from interfering with one's mental and spiritual clarity. Whether it's used during meditation or in daily life, salt becomes a tool for ensuring that the energy around us supports our inner peace and focus. But why salt? Beyond tradition, salt is a substance that embodies the balance of opposites. It preserves and purifies, but it also absorbs. In this way, salt becomes a metaphor for the balance we seek in our spiritual lives, holding on to what is pure and good, while releasing what is harmful or distracting. Now that we understand the spiritual significance of salt, let's dive into how you can use it in your daily life to shield yourself from negative energies and evil spirits. The beauty of salt is in its simplicity. You don't need elaborate rituals or complicated tools. Here are some simple but profound ways you can integrate salt into your spiritual practice. One of the most common methods is purifying your living space. Negative energy can accumulate in your home without you realizing it, whether from stress, conflict, or even visitors who bring their own unresolved emotions. To cleanse your space, sprinkle a small amount of salt in the corners of your rooms, especially near entrances. Leave it for a few days, allowing it to absorb any lingering negativity, then sweep or vacuum it up. By physically removing the salt, you symbolically remove the negative energy from your home. Salt can also serve as a protective barrier for your home. In Buddhist traditions, the entrance to your home is considered sacred because it is where energies flow in and out. Sprinkle a thin line of salt across your doorway to prevent negative energy from entering. Imagine it as a spiritual shield, guarding your home from unwanted influences and creating a boundary of peace. Beyond the home, salt can also be used in personal purification. You can create a simple saltwater solution. Just dissolve some sea salt in a bowl of water. Use this water to wash your hands or feet, visualizing any negative energy being washed away as you do so. This is especially effective if you've had a stressful day or been in environments where you felt drained or uneasy. The act of cleansing with salt water is not only refreshing for the body, but also revitalizing for the spirit. In Buddhist philosophy, the practice of using salt to protect ourselves is deeply symbolic. Just as salt preserves food and prevents it from spoiling, it helps preserve our inner peace and spiritual clarity. In a world where we are constantly exposed to distractions, negativity, and harmful influences, salt acts as a reminder to stay grounded and pure. There's a beautiful lesson here. Just as salt cannot be easily destroyed or changed, our commitment to spiritual discipline and inner peace must also be steadfast. Using salt in these rituals is a way of honoring that commitment, ensuring that we are always protecting our minds and hearts from the external forces that could disrupt our balance. This practice ties into the core Buddhist teachings of mindfulness and self-awareness. By regularly cleansing and protecting our spaces with salt, we are engaging in a mindful act of self-care. It's a physical reminder of the mental and spiritual boundaries we must set to maintain our peace. You might wonder if there's a more practical reason salt is so effective in these rituals. From a scientific perspective, salt's ability to absorb moisture and neutralize environmental factors plays a role. Salt has hygroscopic properties, meaning it attracts water molecules. But more than that, salt is believed to produce negative ions, which can help improve air quality and create a sense of calm. This can reduce stress and make the atmosphere feel lighter, which directly ties into the spiritual belief that salt purifies and protects. This intersection of science and spirituality is where salt becomes such a powerful tool. It's not just about belief, it's about the tangible effect salt has on your surroundings, both physically and energetically. By incorporating salt into your spiritual routine, you're engaging both the mind and body in a holistic practice of purification and protection. Ultimately, using salt as a spiritual tool is about more than just protection from external forces. It's about cultivating a habit of mindfulness. Each time you sprinkle salt in your home or cleanse your body with salt water, you are actively choosing to safeguard your energy and focus. This small act becomes part of your daily mindfulness practice, helping you stay connected to your inner peace. Incorporating salt into your routine doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as adding a pinch of salt to your meditation space or placing a small bowl of salt near your front door. The key is consistency. Just as we brush our teeth or wash our hands, regularly cleansing our energy with salt keeps us spiritually healthy and grounded. So the next time you feel the weight of negative energy in your life, remember that something as simple as salt can offer profound spiritual protection. Whether it's cleansing your home, creating a boundary at your doorway, or using salt water for personal purification, these practices can help you maintain inner peace and shield yourself from harmful influences. Now, I'm curious, how do you plan to use salt in your own spiritual practice? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper into the world of spiritual protection, check out our next video where we explore even more ways to create peace and balance in your life.